Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another ASMR video. As you can see, we got some cards out. This is another Yu-Gi-Oh! Update video, I guess. This is actually my second take at the video. I recorded it already. It was about 30 minutes long. And the audio quality was pretty bad, even for, my standards, which are not super high, but it was pretty bad. And then the video was awful. So hopefully this is better. But yeah, as you can see, we've got some branded cards out. I had been on Draco Tail for a while, and if you follow the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG at all, you know that Draco Tail was the best deck last format. And then there was a ban list, and it hit Draco Tail pretty hard. But there are still people playing Draco Tail and getting very good results with it. However, I am not Jesse Cotton. So I find that the current build of Draco Tail in my hands feels awkward. I don't feel like I'm able to get the value out of the cards, whether it's through misplays or not sequencing them properly or not being able to play around interactions properly. But whatever the reason, I don't like the current builds of Draco Tail, so I've decided not to play them and to just move to pure branded. I pretty much already had most of the cards, especially the big ones, the Ecclesia Synchro and then the Fallen White Dragon, from playing Draco Tail, branded Draco Tail. So it wasn't that crazy of a transition, although I do find this deck to be much harder, personally. Whether it actually is harder or if that's just me is up for debate. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So I kind of wanted to talk about the deck and kind of just show what I've been working with recently and kind of where I'm at. I had the cards out and figured I might as well just turn the camera on and record a video. This turned into a much longer process than I thought it was going to, but that's okay. Alright, so we have 2 Fallen White Dragon and then the 1 Fallen Valbaz. I've seen some really awkward builds to me playing 3 Fallen White and no Fallen Valbaz. I don't like that personally. I feel like I need the Fallen Valbaz and I just like it. So I will not be playing the super heavy synchro builds. And then we have 2 Incredible Ecclesia and then the 1 Dogmatica Ecclesia. I wasn't super big on this card right when I switched from Draco Tail to branded, but as I was playing the deck more, I started to see more lines and understand why this card is important. Now I would not play this deck without this card. It's incredible. It adds so much to the deck, and in combination with the Deer Servant, it does so much, I feel. Then to Cartesia. I feel like the second one is mandatory. I could see a world where you play a third, but I don't like drawing redundant hands, and I feel like that's what you start to run into when you play 3 ofs. So I'm playing 2. I would never play 1. A similar reasoning is for 2 Aluber. I don't want to clog my hand up with a bunch of normal summons, but this is probably the best normal summon because it gets branded fusion, and branded fusion is one of the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards ever printed. I guess you can make an argument that the Fallen White Dragon is a better normal summon, but you don't want to normal summon it, you want to special summon it. So I'm playing 2 Aluber because I don't want to clog my hand with a bunch of normal summons. So that's where we're at with that. And I upped my count of branded opening to account for the less. And then we have the 1 Quem. Want to show the starlight there. This card is amazing. I think we should have been playing this card with like a heavier branded engine in Draco Tail. I didn't realize how good this card was until I started actually playing the deck. And then Mercurier. I've seen people cut this card. I don't really understand why. I think that it just adds extra options. It adds another interruption not most of the time, but sometimes. And it's just worth having. And even if you discard it, sometimes you can get it back. So, I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't play it, personally. Then we're playing the 1 Shrouded, a Magnemite, and a Saronir. I think Saronir is pretty popular. Like the Lucas Sacco list, he played it. He's been kind of the most notable list that I've seen that's kind of like pushing this card. And I agree, I think it is nice to be able to chain block. And then sometimes the send is important. Like you can send like branded sword if you don't go a different direction with that and it comes up. But mostly it's here to chain block. And it's a biz deal. And I'm playing Magnemite because 1, it can grab any of your good dragons, but also it's a biz deal. And there's a lot of decks going around now where this is activatable and impactful. There's a lot of Mitsurugi, there's a lot of Sky Striker. While Sky Striker's not like, doesn't die to this, being able to hit like a ray out of the graveyard does come up and does give you value. So I think there's enough decks in the format where it's worth it to play this card. And Magnemite's just, like, we all know it's a phenomenal card, so like, in formats where it's good, why not? That is it for the engine monsters. Let me go over there. Then for the spells, we have 3 branded High Spirits. Phenomenal card because it gets you to your Fallen White Dragon, which is the best card in the deck. And there are other lines where you grab something else, but like almost always you're getting this. Ignore the mismatch rarities. I have 3 secrets coming in the mail. They're just not here yet. Then 2 opening. I was playing 3 Aluber and 1 opening. But like I said, I don't like having too many normal summons, and I felt like hands got kind of clogged. So I upped the opening to 2 and cut an Aluber. I like where this is at right now, but I could see changing it. I could see playing a 3rd opening. This card is really, really good. It doesn't use your normal summon. It does have a graveyard effect that comes up sometimes. But also, it's branded. Like, you do play some bricks, and this card allows those bricks not to be that bad. Like, if you draw a branded sword, that sucks. switched from Draco Tail, I was not big on. I was not really big on. However, I realize now that this card is insane. It checks so many boxes. It's a one-card starter. Your lines with just Nadir are not bad. They're very passable and get you a lot of value. But it's also a crazy extender. If you activate Branded Fusion and get ashed, you just activate this card if you have it in your hand and get almost the same board. And your opponent basically hand loop themselves. Yes, the lock comes up and sucks sometimes, like especially going second. But in that case, it can just become like a discard. But even then, sometimes like you can pick apart the board a little bit and then go into a grind game with this, and like you're probably winning. So the only reason I'm not playing 3 is similar to the other ones. I don't want too many of the same cards, and it's not as good going second, so I cut it down to 2, and so far I'm liking it. Then of course Brand of Fusion, one of the best cards ever printed. If I could play 3, I would, but I understand why we can't. Sword and Retribution for the traps. I feel like this card is mandatory. I would not cut this card. There's so many hands where I draw off all in the Virtuous and don't need to use it in my combo. And I can just set it going first and then use Albion to set this. And I don't like having cards that are like dead. In this case, like Albion would be dead if I didn't play this card. Not dead, but like you understand what I mean. And then it's just a crazy interruption. Now Branded Sword, I hate this card, but I feel like I have to play it. I think what it really is you have to make a decision. Do you play Branded Sword, or do you play Tri-Brigade's Brigand's Kit, the new kit? I was playing the new kit for a while, and I really like that card, but I feel like this is just slightly better. Mostly, I feel that way because I think most of the better players are playing this, so that kind of like, I don't know. I don't even know if that's true, but it seems like it. But in some hands, this is better than Kit, and in other hands, Kit is better than this. But, for example, like, I upped the Branded Opening. This card is better if you draw it with Branded Opening than Kit is. Because this can just go to your graveyard, and, like, you can use it whenever. Whereas Kit has to be used when it's sent to the graveyard. So, this is a little bit more flexible, I feel. And it makes the Branded Fusion line really good. Slightly better than the Kit Branded Fusion line. So yeah, I'm not 100% sold on this card. But as of right now, this is where I'm at. And the Gold Sark for the Mercurier. And that's really it for the engine spells and traps. Then 2 fall on the Virtuous. I only have 2. This is 100% going to be 3 as soon as my 3rd comes in the mail. So just keep that in mind. I see no reason not to play 3 of this. This card is very, very good. And it's very, very good in a lot of decks. But it's especially good in Branded. So 3 of this card once I get the 3rd. 3 Super Bali. This card is insane. Obviously, anytime a card says your opponent can't respond, it's going to be busted. And it's in and out of formats, but very good card. 3 droplet. I don't own Crown, like Forbidden Crown, so that's not really an option. I probably would play Crown if given a choice, like if I owned it or could borrow it, but I'd probably play 2 and 2. But Droplet is like, it's Droplet, it's still a good card, it's a good breaker, it's usable going first, I like to set it, so I'm not mad about playing Droplet. And then 3 Fua. Fua is, it's Fua. Very good, and it's especially good and branded, to me it seems, because of the extra utility you get. It's good if you draw it with high spirits, because you can send Rinbrum and use it to send to get your Fallen of White. So it kind of negates the negatives, the drawbacks of playing Fua. And then I'm currently playing 3 Ash Blossom. I'm not sold on Ash. I think maybe this could be like the 3rd Fallen of Virtuous, and then maybe 2 Droll, or something like that. But as of right now, like right this second, I'm playing with 3 Ash. So that should be an even 40 in the main. And then let's do extra. There's nothing really crazy here, I don't think. 1 Synchro Ecclesia, 2 Albion, 2 Grand Quignall. 2 just comes up so often with high spirits that I don't think I would play the deck without 2. Same with Dogma. It just comes up so much that I send this on like my turn 1 combo to add like my career. And I want to have another one to go into, whether it's for Super Poly or it's just in a grind. This card is very hard to out for your opponent, so I feel like it's worth playing 2. And I'm seeing a lot of lists with 2 now, so One Ofs, Titanic Lad, Rinbrum, Apollinatus, Mirror Jade. Sorry, I don't have the fancy one. Lebellion, Quertus. I'm seeing a lot of people in this instead of the Lulu Lilith, which is what I was on. I think technically Lulu is a better card because you get another interruption, like you get another negate out of it. But this card basically means you don't die, and in branded so many times that just means you win the game, because there are so many decks that are not able to beat branded in a grind game. And if you can get to that grind game, which this card allows, you're probably winning. As long as I don't make any horrible misplays. Which, I do. But, that's not the point. And then last 2, I'm playing a Mud Dragon and a Garura. I would say these 13 are set. I wouldn't change these personally. Now these 2 are kind of flex spots. I feel relatively comfortable playing Super Poly if I have these 2. It makes the card like super activatable, if that's even a word, into so many decks. But I'm not playing Theseus, the Ship of Theseus, for Cool Tune. 1, I'm not playing it because I don't own it, and I don't feel like buying it. also don't think it's necessary. I think it's nice to have, but also my Cool Tune opponents don't know that I don't play it. They don't know that I don't have it. So the threat of it alone is probably enough for them to play awkward, respect it. So I think this is just a comfort thing. Maybe if I was more comfortable or just better overall, I would be able to play without one of these or both of these, but for right now I like these. That is it for the extra. Let's go to the side. The side, I'm not super set on the side, but I have a lot of ideas in here to troll. Like I said, this could go in the main maybe. I think it's good into so many decks, even like Cool Tune and like awkward Cool Tune hands. This is pretty impactful. Sky Striker, Mitsurugi. Those decks, this card is really, really good against. So I think it might be worth maining, but it's for sure in my deck somewhere. Then, same with Perulia. I think it's good to decent into a lot of decks. And I think it's just worth having as an option. 3 Thrust. I think Thrust is phenomenal in Branded. If they stop your Branded Fusion with Ash, you Thrust for Nadir. They stop your High Spirits, you Thrust for Branded Fusion. Like, it's just very, very good. And with that, I'm siding, for right now, it's DDG. I think being able to side Thrust going first or second is really good. I could see this being like the third Thrust being a third Nadir or something like that, but I'm not 100% yet. And this could be a different target going first, but for right now it's DDG. Then 2 Lightning Storm and 1 Harpies. Lightning Storm is one of my favorite cards of all time, so that will definitely be in my deck. Harpies is insane and very, very good into some of the decks currently. So I think these 3 are for sure in. I don't know if it's 4 though. Like maybe this is 3 Lightning Storm and 1 Harpies. But I'm just gonna have to see. And then the last 3. Right now, I just have an incredible Cliche Sleeved. This is not one of the cards I would side. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a third Lightning Storm. I don't know if it's a third Nadir. I don't know if it's a third Nibiru. I think Nibiru is flexible. And I really like flexible cards on my side. You can side Nibiru going first. You can side Nibiru going second. Nibiru's good into a lot of decks, especially rogue decks. And it's decent into some of the meta decks. And if you pair it with other things, it becomes better, obviously. So this might be a third Nibiru. It might be a third Lightning Storm. It could be anything, really. So I think 14 of my side deck is fairly set. And then the 15th is kind of flexible. So yeah, that's the deck. I've been really enjoying my time playing Branded so far. I'm kind of glad I made the switch. I understand now the die-hard Branded fans. I didn't really get it when I wasn't playing the deck, but it's really fun. I understand why so many people are dedicated to it, and I could see myself playing it for a while. There's a lot to learn. The skill ceiling is very high, and I'm nowhere near it, so there's a lot of room for improvement, which is cool. But yeah, I'm just enjoying my time playing the deck and improving. So, that's where I'm at right now. Those are my current thoughts. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What you think I could change. Any ideas you have for me. I'm all ears. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was relaxing. Hopefully the whispers were good. I tried to fix some of the problems with the first recording, so hopefully this one's better. The main goal of these videos is they're ASMR videos. They're supposed to be relaxing. They're ASMR videos first, and then Yu-Gi-Oh videos second. It's nice that I can combine the two, but first and foremost, I want them to be relaxing, so hopefully they were that. If you're going to bed and using this video as like a nighttime thing, hopefully you're already asleep, but if you're not, hopefully you sleep well. And if you are going about the rest of your day after this, I hope it's a good one. And thank you guys for being here. I know this isn't really like a big channel. Obviously, it's not something that has the highest quality or anything, but I hope it's enjoyable to someone out there. ASMR has done a lot for me personally, and I kind of want to give back to the community that gave me so much. It was kind of there for me when I needed it, and hopefully just one person